The Amazon. It is not merely a river, nor just a forest. It is a world unto itself, a vast pulsating heart of our planet. Beneath a dense canopy that filters sunlight into a million shifting patterns, life has diversified into an astonishing array of forms. In the dappled light of the Amazon floor, a master of stealth is on the move. This is the jaguar, Panthera onca, the largest cat in the Americas, the undisputed apex predator of this realm. It is a remarkably versatile hunter, equally at home on land and in the water. A large caiman, itself a formidable predator, basks on the muddy bank. With an explosive burst of power, it lunges, its jaws clamping down on the back of the caiman's skull, a precise and lethal strike. Along the muddy margins of the Amazon's rivers and lagoons, we find a creature of a very different disposition. This is the capybara, the world's largest rodent. They are highly social animals, living in family groups that can number from 10 to 20 individuals. When danger approaches, a sharp bark from a sentinel sends the entire group plunging into the water for safety. High in the sun-dappled canopy, life moves at a different pace. Here, suspended beneath the branches, is the sloth, an animal for whom slowness is not a weakness, but a masterfully evolved survival strategy. Every movement is deliberate, measured, and incredibly energy efficient. This slowness is also a form of camouflage, making them difficult for predators to spot. Ruling the skies above the Amazon canopy is a predator of breathtaking power, the harpy eagle, but its most fearsome features are its talons. Massive claws like a grizzly bear's. It bursts from the perch in an explosive short flight, strong enough to carry off a fully grown howler monkey. The animal's stories are not just biology, they are epic narratives of adaptation, competition, and coexistence. It is a system of breathtaking interdependence. My journey here has been one of continual wonder. To witness this world is to understand the power and creativity of nature. The air feels alive, damp earth and decaying leaves, the constant hum of insects, distant calls of creatures unseen. It is a place that demands respect, a place of profound connection to the natural world, and a humbling awareness of its immense scale and power. In the next 10 minutes, we will embark on a brief but intimate exploration. We will meet the masters of camouflage, the social communicators. This is an invitation to look closer, to listen deeper, and to appreciate the fragile, interconnected web of life that thrives here. I'll introduce you to iconic inhabitants and share glimpses of their daily struggles and triumphs. Suddenly, the calm of the canopy is shattered by a riot of color and sound. Their brilliant red, yellow, and blue plumage a startling contrast against the endless green of the forest. To deal with hard-shelled nuts, they are equipped with large, powerful hooked beaks that can crack open the toughest of nature's safes. Their feet are used like hands to hold their food while they work on it. One of the most spectacular sights in the Amazon is the gathering of hundreds, sometimes thousands of macaws and parrots at a clay lick. They descend from the canopy to eat clay, which helps them neutralize toxins and supplement their diet with essential minerals. In the swampy, tangled vegetation lives one of the world's most peculiar birds, the Hoatzin, a punk rocker of the avian world. It is often called the stink bird due to a unique and pungent odor it produces. The Hoatzin is one of the very few birds in the world that eats almost nothing but leaves. The chicks are born with 2 claws on the front of each wing, remnants of a reptilian ancestry. Hopping amongst the forest floor leaf litter, electric blue, vibrant yellow, fiery orange. These are the poison dart frogs. Their colors are a warning. They sequester chemical compounds from their prey, ants, mites, and other arthropods. Despite their deadly reputation, these frogs are devoted parents. The female lays a small clutch of eggs on a leaf. Often the male guards the eggs, keeping them moist. When tadpoles hatch, they wriggle onto the parent's back. The adult then carries them to a tiny pool, often in a bromeliad. Lurking in the murky waters of the Amazon basin is a true giant, the green anaconda. Its eyes and nostrils are located on top of its head, allowing it to lie in wait almost completely submerged. When an animal comes within range, the anaconda strikes with incredible speed. Almost simultaneously, it throws its muscular coils around the prey. It then begins the long process of swallowing its meal whole. As night falls over the Amazon's rivers, a different set of eyes begins to glow in the darkness. These are the eyes of the black caiman, the largest predator in the Amazonian ecosystem. Their dark, almost black, scaly armor makes them virtually invisible in the dark water. They use their immense jaw strength to crush their prey. For decades, this magnificent reptile was hunted relentlessly for its valuable skin, pushing it to the brink of extinction. However, thanks to conservation efforts and legal protections, the black caiman has made a remarkable comeback. The return of these giants to the rivers is a hopeful sign, reclaiming their ancient throne as the dark monarchs of the Amazon's waterways. Yet for all its power, the jaguar is under threat. Deforestation and human conflict are shrinking its kingdom, pushing this magnificent predator into ever smaller pockets of wilderness. These magnificent birds are threatened by habitat loss and the illegal pet trade, silencing their calls in many parts of their former range. The future of these magnificent creatures depends on us. We are losing not just animals and plants, but potential medicines, climate regulators, and a library of evolutionary history. It is our shared responsibility to protect this global treasure, to ensure that its ancient music does not fade into silence. A chorus of chirps, whistles, and screams echoes across the water, the sound of a family of giant river otters. These are the longest of the world's otter species, incredibly social, living in tight-knit family groups. Their vocal repertoire is used to coordinate hunts, warn of danger, and maintain strong social bonds. They are supremely efficient hunters with sleek, powerful bodies and webbed feet. An adult must eat several kilograms of fish every day to fuel their high metabolism. Fiercely territorial, families patrol and mark riverside territories with scent from glands at the base of their tails. They aggressively defend their home range from intruders. Still endangered, threatened by habitat destruction and mercury poisoning from illegal gold mining. In the sediment-rich waters of the Amazon and Orinoco River basins swims a creature of myth and legend, the boto, or pink river dolphin. Their color can range from subtle grayish pink to a startling, almost bubblegum pink when they are excited. Their neck vertebrae are unfused, giving them incredible flexibility to turn their heads at a sharp 90-degree angle. This flexibility is crucial for navigating the complex, flooded forest environment and chasing fish through submerged trees. In the murky river water, the boto relies on a highly sophisticated form of echolocation. For many indigenous communities, the boto is a creature of deep cultural significance, often regarded as a magical being. Today, they face growing threats from mercury pollution, fishing nets, and dams that fragment their habitat. Swinging through the upper canopy with breathtaking speed and agility is the spider monkey, named for their incredibly long, slender limbs and their prehensile tail that functions as a fifth limb. It can support the monkey's entire body weight. Spider monkeys are primarily frugivores, seeking out the ripest fruits high in the canopy. By traveling long distances before depositing seeds in their droppings, they act as vital seed dispersers. A flurry of motion in the mid-canopy announces the arrival of a troop of squirrel monkeys. With their distinctive white mask around the eyes and dark muzzle, they have an alert, inquisitive expression. They travel in very large groups, sometimes numbering over 100 individuals. Unlike specialist fruit eaters, squirrel monkeys are omnivores foraging for insects, nectar, and flowers. Their progress through the forest is filled with chirps, peeps, and warning calls. They have one call for an aerial threat, like a harpy eagle, which sends them diving for cover, and a different call for a terrestrial threat, like a snake, which causes them to scan the branches below. Before the sun has even risen, a deep guttural roar echoes through the forest, the dawn chorus of the Howler monkey, a sound so powerful it can travel for up to 3 miles. The sound is a spacing mechanism, helping different troops avoid conflict over resources without ever having to meet. Unlike more active monkeys, howlers live a more sedentary life because they are primarily folivorous. They spend up to 80% of their day simply resting and digesting. Darting through the lower levels of the forest are some of its smallest and most charismatic primates, the tamarins, including the cottontop with its shock of white hair. They exhibit cooperative breeding. The father and other group members carry, feed, and protect the infants. Some species have specialized lower incisors that allow them to gouge holes in tree bark to stimulate the flow of gum and sap. This ability to exploit a food resource unavailable to many other animals allows them to carve out a unique niche, a perfect example of how life in the Amazon has specialized to take advantage of every available opportunity. A flash of impossible color against the green, the toucan is one of the most instantly recognizable birds of the Amazon. Its most prominent feature is, of course, its enormous, brightly colored bill. Its size and length allow the toucan to reach fruits on branches that are too flimsy to support its weight. It is primarily a frugivore, and it swallows many fruits whole. The toucan's digestive system passes the seeds through unharmed, playing a vital role in forest regeneration. Soaring high above the canopy on broad white wings is a bird of stark and regal beauty, the king vulture. The most colorful of all the New World vultures, with predominantly white and black flight feathers and a bare head of orange, yellow, and red. The king vulture is a master scavenger, a vital part of the forest's cleanup crew. When lesser vultures gather at a kill, the arrival of the larger king signals a change in the pecking order. Its strong, hooked beak tears through tough hides, opening the carcass for all to feed. The name piranha conjures images of a bloodthirsty, flesh-eating monster, a myth largely created by sensationalized stories and films. There are dozens of species of piranha in the Amazon basin, carnivorous, omnivorous, and herbivorous species. They are schooling fish. Schooling is more about defense than attack. As scavengers, they help clean the river, eating carcasses and weak or diseased fish to help population health. Their sharp, interlocking triangular teeth are perfect for shearing, and are constantly replaced throughout their lives. In the slow-moving, oxygen-poor tributaries lives a creature that has harnessed one of nature's most powerful forces. The electric eel contains 3 pairs of specialized organs that are, in essence, biological batteries. When prey is detected, the eel unleashes a high-voltage shock that can stun or kill the prey instantly. A large electric eel can generate a discharge of over 600 volts. Witnessing an electric eel leap from the water to deliver a targeted shock is a striking demonstration of its power. Our brief journey through the Amazon has shown us but a handful of the millions of species that call this forest home. They are all connected, bound together in a web of life so intricate and complex. The monkey plants the tree that feeds the macaw. It is a system of breathtaking interdependence. The threats of deforestation, climate change, pollution, and the illegal wildlife trade are tearing at the fabric of this vital ecosystem. Every minute, a vast area of this forest disappears, and with it, countless species. We are losing not just animals and plants, but potential medicines, climate regulators, and a library of evolutionary history. The future of the Amazon depends on us. It is our shared responsibility to protect this global treasure, to make choices that support its conservation, and to ensure that its ancient music does not fade into silence. The wonder of this world is not a given. It is a precious inheritance, and we must be its guardians, for our own sake, and for the sake of all the life that depends on this great green heart of our planet. The story of the Amazon is not over, and we all have a part to play in how the next chapter is written. Let us choose wisely.